Now let's talk about some of the things that I do like. It is fairly quick to deploy. You have these nice little flip levers here, see? Flip, flip. They're also adjustable. You have a little hex head there, so you can loosen these nuts and you decide exactly how tight it is when it's open and how tight it is when it's closed. So that's cool. I do like how smooth it is. I was pleasantly surprised. It's definitely a huge step up from my $50 Soccer Mom-tastic Best Buy tripod that I have been using. So just for reference, I'd like to show everybody what a pan looks like using my $50 Best Buy tripod, and then what a pan looks like using this new tripod. So right now the camera is mounted on my Best Buy tripod. Notice how loose that is. There's really no resistance whatsoever in that head. I'm tightening it down now. I can tighten it down a little bit, but if I tighten it down too much, you notice there's a very sort of jerky start and stop. I've got my hand on the handle right now, and I can gradually apply pressure, and gradually more and more, and eventually that force will overcome the friction and the camera will move. But you see, it's a very jerky start and a very jerky stop. It is nearly impossible to get a nice, pretty move with this tripod. Now, we're going to try a move on the new tripod and see how much smoother it is. As you can see, it's much easier to create a nice, smooth start and stop with this tripod. This is just one finger on the handle right now. I'm not even really expending any effort, anything whatsoever. Notice also there's very little play in the tripod. Again, I'm not bracing the tripod against my body in any way right now. I'm taking my hands completely off it. All I have to do is put one finger on the handle and apply a little bit of force, and it just goes just like butter. I'm very happy. I mean, it's not a $12,000 tripod, but it's certainly a step up from the Best Buy tripod, and it didn't cost $12,000, which is nice. Okay, another thing that I like about this tripod is it comes with a bag. Other tripods don't come with a bag. You just get the tripod, then you have to find a bag to carry the tripod in. Grocery bags don't work because they're too small and they're made of plastic. Some people use folding chair bags. Those seem to work okay. But this one comes with a bag. Also, the bag is full of goodies. There's this neat little pocket in here with stuff inside. Let's see what's in here. Here's another quick release plate. Let's open that up and look at it. Quick release plate is nice and sturdy. It's made of metal. It's got this sliding screw here. It slides back and forth in that little groove. Also in the goodie bag, these two little things. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have no idea what these are for. They don't really seem to fit into the tripod anywhere. No, they don't seem to go in that hole. There's a hole down here. I don't really know what that's for either. Okay, I did eventually find a hole these things will go in. It's right here beneath the head and above the center column. Now, according to this poorly written and at times factually incorrect piece of cardboard that I found tied to the tripod, which, by the way, is apparently somebody's idea of an instruction manual, the small handles can be used during shooting to control the pneumatic center head for dramatic shooting effects. Now, A, you can't control anything with this. There's way too much force for it to be controlled. B, you have to push directly down from on top of the column to get it to go down. Pushing this won't work. And C, I can't think of a time when you would need for your camera to spontaneously rise up 18 inches in the air during a shot, plus the fact that the sound of it going psss would kind of fuck up your audio anyway. So I really can't possibly think of any conceivable use for this thing. And one other thing I like about this tripod is the tilt has a natural sort of resistance to it. If I have my camera mounted here and I let go of this handle, even if I don't have the tilt locked down, the camera doesn't smack down like it does with my less expensive tripod. Now, it doesn't have any sort of spring counterbalance system, so it's not gonna, if it falls, it's not gonna try to return itself to a horizontal position, but I'm really not worried about that. I'm more worried about damage to my camera. And even if it were to fall, it would fall very slowly and gently in such a way that it wouldn't damage itself. So, all in all, I'd say this is actually a pretty solid tripod. It does have a few problems in terms of ergonomics. There are some things that I wish had been designed differently. It kind of drive me crazy because it's not like they're just facts of life that you can't get around. These are all problems that are just due to the designers not thinking. But that being said, every problem that I found does have a workaround. There is a way to get around it and make the tripod do what you want it to, even if it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. There are some components that I wish were a little bit more robust, namely the bracket attaching the center brace to the center column. I'd feel a little bit more comfortable if that were made of metal instead of plastic, but as long as you don't abuse it too much, it should be fine. So, all in all, pretty solid tripod. I might consider, now that I know what the Airlift center column does, I might consider getting a geared column rather than the Airlift, but that's just personal preference. But either way, for $200, I don't think you're going to beat it. It's good, solid. It's going to be 95% as good as something 10 times as expensive, and it's certainly going to be a huge step up over the $30 pieces of crap you can just go buy at Wally World. So if you're a documentary filmmaker, low-budget indie filmmaker, if you're someone like me who's just getting into doing weddings and concerts and things like that, pick one up. I think you'll be happy.